listen to podcasts.
Alrighty, as you can see, the Ramsey show ending. And so that means we must be starting here at the after show. And let's bring up the notes while we wait for people to get in to the chat. Some of my friends from that are in the Ramsey show chat. Alright, that's that. Posted the Baby Steps song onto the Reddit today. I started off with 30 views for this morning for the Baby Steps song temporary lyric video, and now it's up to 77. 9 likes too. Excellent. Alrighty. No new subs. Hopefully some more subs as well. But we are, let's see, what number? 118. Show 118 today. Let's see. In chat. What up, Sid? Yes, 400K is, like I said, 2 doctors. What up, chat sis? And if you have not heard that Baby Steps song, I'm getting ready to do it. Let's see, I put the direct link so you can just schedule a free financial coach consultation assessment with me. That is at the top of the chat. Or you can email me at Coach Steve Money. Whoops. Email about anything. Basically, I just type stuff in the chat, a couple links in the chat while I'm waiting for people to get over from the Ramsey Show chat. And then I get distracted and don't remember what I was typing. CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com. If you're seeing this for the first time today, don't worry, I will get started. Is 125 per coaching session too much? No, Cameron, it's not. Generally, it's I think the average is like 175 is the average, I believe, is what they said. Some charge as much as 275, and it's worth every penny. I mean, if you need help getting out of debt and doing these steps, then it's well worth it. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Thanks for checking us out there, Cameron. Let's see. What is the last thing? Oh, donations. Speaking of money, if you'd like to donate and help this show get better, I don't qualify for any monetization, so I make nothing other than donations at the moment for the YouTube channel. PayPal.me/Coach Steve Money. Alright, type that in and then we'll get. Alright. What time is it? We'll wait like 30 more seconds and then we'll start. Let's see, what else can I talk about in the meantime? Do I have my music up? Yes, I do. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. If other people come into the chat, I'll say hi to them later. Here's the song. We can sing it live. Sing it with me. Gotta turn this way up so I can hear the drum taps. There it is. 1, 2. Like all plans, it starts with step 1. $1,000 emergency fund. Step 2, you pay off all your debt. Except mortgage, we don't do that yet. So pay off your consumer debt. every single one of the charges, from smallest to largest. Still working on that. Baby step 3 is next. A full emergency fund of expenses, stay gazelle intensive. His name is Dave Ramsey, and this is his plan. And I hope to meet him, I admire the man. Forgot to turn the fan off. I've messed up in my life, but these steps have made it right. That's why I coach, and why I host this after show. If you don't like results you're getting now, you should do the baby steps. And if you want to have financial peace, then you should do Dave's baby steps. Step 4 is when you can take a breath and go less gazelle and invest. Step 5 is to save for your kids. No student loans at all for college. 6 is to pay off your home. Step 7, build your wealth and don't keep it all yourself. And you've lived like nobody else. Now you get to live large. Now you get to give large. His name is Dave Ramsey, and this is his plan. And I hope to meet him. I admire the man. I'd messed up in my life, but these steps have made it right. That's why I coach, and why I host this after show. If you don't like results you're getting now, you should do the baby steps. And if you want to have financial peace, you should do Dave's baby steps. Ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Live from Columbus, OH. It's the Ramsey Show After Show, brought to you by Tina Scher, the Queen of Sheba. And here we talk about the Ramsey Show YouTube chat, and the people in it, and all things financial, and whatever else I want to talk about, which you can do if you have your own show. I highly recommend it. I'm your host, Coach Steve Money. I'm a certified Ramsey Solutions financial coach, also Ramsey Preferred Financial Coach. And you can schedule a free consultation assessment at ramseycoach.com/Coach Steve Money. And the link is at the top of the chat if you scroll back up there. Or it may still be up. You may still be able to see it up at the top. You can email me about anything on my channel. I do a bunch of other stuff other than the after show on the channel. I do video gaming. I have sometimes board gaming with Stephen Glenn. He is a board game designer and a friend of mine from Virginia Beach, Virginia. And we play board games on there. And I play video games. I play Madden with my daughter's boyfriend, and I play co-op games with my daughter. Fun times, a bunch of different stuff on there. And donations, as I say, that's the only way I can make money for the YouTube channel. And that's paypal.me/Coach Steve Money. Also a handy link up at the top of the chat. I forgot to get the Add Me on the Ground kid again today. You can reach me on Instagram and Twitter. Add me on the ground at Coach Steve Money. No spaces in that. And let's catch up with the chat. Oh, let's see. Cameron asks, what would you suggest me asking my Ramsey certified coach during our chats? Anything that you are having an issue with, sir. Anything that you don't understand about actually doing Dave's plan, and You know, like if you're having trouble budgeting, that kind of thing. It's like anything you'd like to know. He's yours for about an hour or so. So definitely. Ob says, please like and subscribe. Thank you for being here. Absolutely, I will ditto that. Thanks for the IOs, lady. What up, Judy Pine? What up, Bobs? Stephanie Simpson, my chat sis, and she's my chat sis because we almost have the same name. My name is Steven, and we have the same last name. Not related though, as far as I know. What does one do to get one to cut up Costco Visa card? They just have to pay membership from earnings with charge percentages they earn from using the card. I keep saying I don't think it is worth keeping the card to pay for Costco membership, but they still have it. Yeah, sometimes you can't get people to talk into it. Sometimes, I mean, you heard at the end of the show, people get attached to their cards and they think it's like a security blanket and such, and so it's difficult sometimes. I mean, even if they understand, even if they're like completely on board with all of the other baby steps and everything else Dave says, sometimes that's something they won't give up on. Yeah, and they say they pay it off every month and get the points, exactly. So yeah, Sydney says you can't force anything to do something they don't want to do, and unsolicited advice is rarely heeded. That's true. Yep. Absolutely. Sid says all you can do is explain why you don't have any store cards if they ask. Absolutely. Alrighty. Let's see if I'm ready for this next part. Today's Ramsey Show hosts were Dr. John Deloney, friend of the Aftershow and author of... That's not it. Oh, before I do that, sorry. I posted the Baby Steps song onto the Reddit, and I've gotten nice stuff, nice comments on it after a few initial bad ones, but this person says it was expecting something terrible, but it was great, and says that as someone who hates everything. This person said, it's very fun, and says, my kids are grown and gone now, but back in the day we'd listen to a lot of Weird Al when traveling. I could see me rolling this out as we drive along. Yeah. And so I said, thanks very much. Weird Al definitely influenced my life. So, yeah, this is great. I appreciate your clever video. So it's just awesome. Great feedback there. I mean, Reddit can be hit or miss, and it's probably just like everywhere else. You get a cross-section of humanity. You're going to get X amount of a-holes and... X amount of great people, and some in between, etc., etc. But I'm very surprised that it's that the majority of the comments are very kind. And I started the day with no karma. I have 16 karma, and that I believe is like the Reddit credit score. So so the more you interact with Reddit, the more you get that. So I don't think it gives you a lower interest rate on anything though. So or the ability, you can't borrow more karma, I don't believe. All right, let's get back to that. Judy Pine says there's 2 showings for her house. Scheduled just 24 hours after listing. Excited. That's excellent, Judy Pine. Excellent. New to Reddit. Yeah, just don't be surprised if you see anything on Reddit. What up, Joe? It's coming by. All right. So that, and then... Oh, and so then it's today's Ramsey Show hosts were Dr. John Deloney, friend of the Aftershow, and author of Redefining Anxiety. And of course, that means it's time to sing. Again, this show, just the Ramsey Coach thing, it's all just an excuse so I can sing in front of people. That's all. You can sing along. this one's not finished. Ready? Here we go. Ooh, we call him Dr. D, as you can see. But his parents named him John Deloney. Ooh, he's got 2 PhDs, 2 more than me. But he's got some other certs. John Deloney, never gonna stop. Give advice, such a brilliant mind, he always roots it out. Has the clout of the healing kind. John, 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 woo! John Deloney. John Deloney. Ooh, he takes a call and then he twirls his pen and he saves the day again. John Deloney. Okay, that's all I got. So if anybody wants to write more verses to that, feel free to go ahead. Also, if anybody would like to do a guest singing of the Baby Steps song, that would be excellent. Would love that. You can email me, CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com, about that. That would be great. Even though I love to sing, I guess I could give it up for a little bit. And also hosting was George Camel. He is the host of The Fine Print as well, and he does it's a series about the fine print, about the little stuff you don't realize is happening. Such episodes include TurboTax is Screwing You, Bulletproof Your Money in a Pandy, and the Buy Now or Pay Later, which is something we've been talking about, which MasterCard is starting that up. We talked about that's in yesterday's episode. Worst Time to Buy a House, and the new Bitcoin, which my new friends on Reddit, in general, that I've seen, at least what the posts are in the Ramsey show, the Dave Ramsey subreddit, which is not run by people from the show, but definitely run by fans, is from what I've gathered. But they definitely are not into that, because they are younger people, and therefore more likely to be into things like the Bitcoin and stuff. So they are not happy about that show at all. I have not watched that yet, so I don't have time to watch much other stuff other than the Ramsey show. So I have not seen many of the co-hosts, the other Ramsey personalities stuff. All right, and what is it? How's it go? Market report. And when it was all down yesterday, I was looking for the Price is Right sound. Now, if you're not familiar with the Price is Right, when like people would win and the regular theme song of it, it went like, it was a nice happy little tune. It went like that. But when somebody would lose on it, it would play this. So that was the horn sound I was looking for yesterday. But as you can see, mixed today. Everything was up for a little while during the day, but then towards the end of it, the NASDAQ and Russell went back down, Russell being the small cap index. Just to show you the run that the NASDAQ made, as you can see, the dotted line is the closing. Is that big enough to see there? Okay. The dotted line right there was yesterday's close, and then it opened up higher, and then it did a little thing, and that was all day. And so if you want to see like from 5 days ago, 15,084, and today it's 14,512. So definitely on sale is what you can say about that. Let's look at the most followed single stocks. Of course, we don't recommend single stocks. We recommend mutual funds, but these companies should definitely be in at least one of your mutual funds. And Apple was up Alphabet, which owns Google, is down. Microsoft was up. Amazon and Facebook down, and Tesla was up. Europe all up. Asia mostly down. Currencies. The dollar was up on the euro. The US dollar was up on the Japanese yen. The dollar up on the British pound. Dollar up on the Canadian dollar. And the dollar up on the Australian dollar, mate. And so that means the US dollar is up against everything today. Let's check our pals crypto. And that is all up. Actually, that keeps trading constantly. There's no, I'm going to have a drink. That keeps trading constantly. So there's no, like, that doesn't shut off at 4 p.m. Eastern time like the stock market does. Diet Coke. I made a joke about 17 cups of coffee seems excessive, but not 17 Diet Cokes would not be excessive. All right, let's see if the chat's talking about something today. What up, David? Thanks for coming by, sir. Tina Scher, Queen of Sheba, in the house, in the castle, as it were. Sid is a secondhand drama queen, so she likes the Am I the A-hole page on Reddit. That's right. That's like, and they abbreviate it to AITA. Am I the A-hole? And it's just people wanting other people's opinions on if they're being an A-hole or not. That's right. Did you sing, Obs? You better have sung. Some of you people better be singing. Tina says, packed house today? Yeah, it's awesome. Awesome. Maddie Bags in the house. George is, yeah, I asked at the end when he came in, but I think he just said, bye folks or something like that, and then he was gone. So I don't know. What up, Clay? Glad you're still alive, sir. Clay, I put the Baby Step song on the Reddit today. And so been blowing up a little bit over there. Thought savings was supposed to go up. What do you mean savings go up? I don't. Well, okay. The my chat says thanks, Dave. I don't think you have enough tabs open on your system. Okay. Well, like from here to here, all that's Sydney's articles. I don't know how much we'll have time to go to today, but all that's Sydney's submittal articles. And actually not all of them. I didn't even include the ones that I can't read because I have ad block on. Ad block plus, definitely recommend it. A savings account is supposed to go up. Savings does go up. What we were talking about, the stock market here, that is different than a savings account. That can go up or down. A savings account at a bank has a set amount of interest. It's very, very little interest, but and that does definitely keep going up, but it's very, very little. And so, yeah, that's different than investing in the stock market, sir. Tina Scher asked, did we ever find out what Kelly thought of the song? Mod said he got the song from her email, right? No, Tina, I told him that I had sent it to Kelly, and I never heard from Kelly. I don't even know if she got it. And, I mean, it's even possible that she may have not ever seen my email because what happened was John Deloney outed her email one time, and on the Ramsey show, and I thought he didn't just do that, did he? And so I emailed her to see if that was actually her email address, and it was. And I talked to her a little bit about football. She's a Dallas Cowboy fan. I'm a Washington football team fan, and so we have a little thing over that, and that we developed over the chat back when she was in the chat, back when there were live shows, and so anyway, and so and a few days after that, I did the Baby Steps song, and then I emailed her a link to it. And so I don't know. I mean, it could be something even that where if it's a link, it won't go through the Ramsey server. It won't go to the person. Maybe even if there's a link in there. So I have no clue. But yeah, I don't know for sure that she got it. Maybe she just didn't like it and didn't want to say anything, or maybe too busy, or whatever. So I don't know that she did that. But yeah, a savings account in a bank, the interest does always go up. It's not anywhere near what the stock market can get you. And when I say stock market, we don't do single stocks. Dave Ramsey does not recommend those because it's too risky because you're not diversified enough. If you have all your money, say in even if it's like in Amazon, obviously if you got in there a long time ago, you're a richie now. But in general, a single stock, you do not want to have all your eggs in one basket, so you want to be diversified. And so what Dave recommends is manage mutual funds, and mutual funds are groups of stocks, and say like the S&P 500 index, that is a mutual fund. It's not managed by humans, it's just managed by whatever the top 500 stocks are. So and I didn't finish the story. Tino share. So I told him that I sent the link to Kelly, and he said, okay, I'll get with Kelly then. But then I immediately said, oh, you know what? Easy. You can just go to the music playlist on my channel, which he knows what my channel is because he did make a two guest appearance actually from the mod, and in the history of the after show. And so he knows my channel, and so yeah, so he just found it probably himself. Clay says, "Hi Steve, Weird Al's influenced your life?" Yes, yeah, absolutely, definitely my humor and so forth. Absolutely love Weird Al. All right, did we finish with the stock market? We looked at crypto. Okay. Yeah, I think we're good on all that. We did the Price is Right losing horn. Let's do it one more time since I made the. Whoops. There you go. Alrighty, so let's find out from CNBC. Again, by the time we do this show, the market has closed, but the futures are basically what the after hours trading is, which happens even though I don't really understand how that works. I guess it's just, some people can start trading and go ahead. It's like all the future orders that are going to be filled at the ending price, I guess. And the stock futures are slightly higher after rising rates hit tech stocks, so it's saying market's going to be up tomorrow. Maybe not in all indexes like we talked about before, but perhaps most of these. If it was all of these getting some ground back, that'd be great. We don't need a correction, right? We don't need it to keep going down. But anyway, this article is what to do if Democrats axe the backdoor Roth individual retirement account strategy. And we'll just read the key point. It'll probably tell us. And I thought this was significant, but this doesn't say, this isn't worded as if it actually is going to happen, which some other articles that we've read have said. As we know, to help fund their multi-trillion-dollar budget plan, the House Democrats have called for ending the backdoor and mega backdoor Roth individual retirement account strategies. Financial advisors are weighing plans with clients as the after-tax backdoor maneuver may disappear after January 31st. Again, we had an article yesterday that says it's going away January 1st, and no, it's not. It's still in committee. It's nowhere near being a law. So, however, the proposals are still in flux as Democrats wrestle over the final package, right? And Republicans are blocking most of the stuff they're trying to do. So, Not definite, not going to happen until they vote on it, until both houses of Congress vote on it, and or if they pass it through what's called reconciliation, which means that they like basically pass it kind of, but they have to still work out some stuff, and then like in committees they agree on something, and then it passes like that. That's probably too simplistic to explain that, but that's basically how it works. Let's see. Seen disappearing. Just explain how it works. Just want to see if they have your what they're going to do. Tell you to get ready for possible solutions they are weighing with clients. Still recommending contributions and making mega vector Roth for 2021, right? Because even if they close that door, you can still contribute for 2021 until tax day, which if they don't extend it like they have the past 2 years because of the pandy, then you can still contribute for 2021. So you would still be able to do that, even though the new law says you can't do that anymore. But it wouldn't. I would imagine it would be retroactive. I don't know that they can do that, or if they would even try to do that. I don't know. So they're saying do that for 2021. And you can take your after-tax 401k contributions and move them to a Roth when you separate from service. So when you aren't working there anymore, I guess you can still do that. Health savings accounts. Yeah. So I mean that's something you can do now. Is put if you get to the limit in your Roth 401k. It could be a Roth 401k, but either way, Roth 401k or a non-Roth 401k at your employer. If you've maxed that out, and if you've done a Roth IRA, and then you still have money to invest, then Dave recommends you put in a health savings account. You use that for medical expenses, but you can also have investments in there. And so if you don't have that much medical expenses, if you don't have it coming out all the time, that stays in there and grows tax free. There is a limit for that as well, though, I believe. Let's see. Is that all of them? Okay, so that's all the ways. But I thought that was interesting because there are, of course, already smart people. They're already looking for something to do if it happens. But at least CNBC is saying if it happens, not yes, it's happening. And I might have an article here that again says it's happening. I don't know. Let's see. Clay says that was from Reddit comment. Right. This also CNBC. We asked 3 major investors what happens next in the market. None of them see big returns. All right, and this just people's guess at what big investors, major investors. So they might know more than the average person, than you or I know, but they might not. Nobody knows what the market's going to do. If you knew what the market was going to do, you would be very, very rich. The key point stock returns are likely to be much more muted going forward, while volatility will remain the same, according to one guy. Same guy said expectations for 10% average annualized returns should be more like 5%. Okay, so S&P 500 index over its life is 10 to 12% average each year. And so he's saying would be more like 5 going forward. For how long? We don't know. In response to bonds that offer negative real returns, big investors are seeking alternative investments that provide a yield and that aren't correlated to stocks. Okay. Is that about it? Yeah. They're saying again much more muted, so that means it's just not going to make as much. And I don't see it. It doesn't say like this is not dependent on the possibly the debt ceiling not being raised and the U.S. defaulting on loan payments. The S&P 500 is up 31% over the last 12 months. And so, you know, I mean, obviously that wouldn't continue forever. All right. So I guess that's that on that. This from Science. Oh, no, not Science. CNN Business. This is not. No, we did a story recently that Sid gave us that they've invented the whitest paint, and the whitest paint ever can apparently make it cooler around that paint because of the way it reflects the sun, the way it reflects heat. And this is basically say paint is the latest product facing supply shortages and higher prices. We've been talking about this, like almost everything is could likely be have shortages sometime because of we've talked about different articles saying that there's a problem with not enough truckers, which is making there be a logjam of tanker trucks or cargo ships. I mean, on the West Coast, and so there's a logjam of those, and so those ships aren't able to be unloaded and get back to wherever they came from to get more stuff. So that's a delay in shipping. Also, for like example, I think a whiskey manufacturer was having trouble getting glass to put the whiskey in. And then of course trucks again to take the whiskey to the store. So it's just there's going to be a lot of stuff, and I don't think there's anything exciting in here necessarily, but basically it's just another thing that is going to be. So supply disruptions, don't be surprised on anything could be. It does say Sherwin-Williams still plans to move ahead with bringing 50 million gallons of additional capacity online over the next 6 months. Oh, well, that's good. Maybe that'll take care of some of it, some of any shortfall. All right. Well, yeah, let's check back with the chat. Matty Bags got overtime on his next check. I'm working through those tabs, chat sis. Okay, nobody typed anything else in there. So, any of you guys gonna sing the Baby Step song for me one day? I think that would be cool. Kind of like a voice, but it's not a contest. This also from CNBC. Navient will no longer service federal student loans. I know that some people in the chat have had Navient do theirs. What that means for borrowers, basically, I guess they're just getting out of they're not servicing it, so basically it's going to go to another company that would be servicing it. And that's about 6 million borrowers waiting to be matched with a new lender. And so that new lender will handle that. But as this higher education expert says, problems can occur with any transition. So there are a few things borrowers should do now if their servicer will be changing. Right. And so some of those 6 million, there's going to be problems just getting them from one to the other. Assuredly there will be. Let's see what they have to say. Oh, and that's lenders ending their relationship with the government. That might not be that bad of an idea to do. They will be signed a new servicer. As soon as possible, log into your current loan servicer's website and save and print a copy of your loan information. Right, so go to the Navient website and save and/or print that copy of the loan information, so you have it, so you can make sure your loan information is accurate after it's transferred to a new servicer. That is a fabulous idea. Get a list of all your loans, including payment history, current loan balances, interest rates, and monthly loan payment amount. Excellent. This shows amount of steady climb of U.S. student loans. That's going up way too high. $73 trillion of debt. Double check that your servicer also has your current contact information so that you receive all the notices about the upcoming change. This is good ideas. The payment pause and interest waiver for federal student loan borrowers, which has been effective since March 2020, thanks to the pandy, is scheduled to end come February. If you're unemployed or dealing with another financial difficulty because of the pandy, you'll have options. You can request an economic hardship or unemployment deferment. If you don't qualify for either, you can use a forbearance. Interest racks up during that, though. If you expect your struggles to stick around for some time, it may make sense to enroll in an income-driven repayment plan. Alrighty. Here I had, this is the investment calculator on RamseySolutions.com, and this was for the guy, the 20-year-old that said he had $2,000 a month to invest, and of course they told him the Ramsey advice on that, which is to not do that until he's out of college, debt-free. Make sure you're out of college debt-free. So just pile up that cash, and you can use that cash. You know, if you need it, if you need a car, if you want to after you get out of college, and then you get a job, and you are relatively sure you're going to stay in the town. Although you should rent a year in any town just to make sure you're going to stay there and make sure you like it. But you could use some of that money for down payment. Just by piling up that money. But just for fun, I decided to go ahead and see what it would be if he started at age 20. If you can get 10%, say at S&P 500, 10 to 12% a year. So if you go with the lower amount on that, 10%, he has nothing saved already in retirement, in investments. Putting $2,000 a month in there. By the time he is 65, he will have almost $21 million. So, and he will be a millionaire in 2038, which is 17 years from now. So he'd be a millionaire in 17 years. But so, I mean, basically, even if you wait till you're out of college, say 24, and you still plan on retiring at 65, and say you have nothing in investments at age 24, and you can still do 2,000, if you can do 2,000 then as well. See, that's only 13 million. Only 13 million. And his millionaire year is still 2038. How about that? How's that possible? Did I calculate on that? I did. Oh, because it's actually 4 years on top of that. Because I changed this from 20 to 24, and so it doesn't automatically know what I'm trying to do. It still starts with 2021. So he's not starting till here, so he'd be 4 more years. So it would be 2041 for him, and so he would be 41 and have $1 million. And then by the time he retired at 65, he would have almost $14 million. All right. Did anybody put anything in the chat? Nobody put anything in the chat, or is it broken? Is this on? Okay. It's probably on. You could just listen to me ramble. I'm talking fast, try to get through some of this stuff. It is, we've been going 45 minutes about already. All right, so this from the computer side of me. I forgot to say that I do that on my channel as well. I do computer stuff because I do my full-time job is computer repair. And this is about the rise of one-time password interception bots. And basically what it is many websites now require users to supply both a password and a numeric code / one-time password, OTP, token sent via text message or one generated by mobile apps like Authy and Google Authenticator. The idea is that even if the user's password gets stolen, the attacker still can't access the user's account without that second factor. That's called two-factor authorization. I think so. Two-factor, yeah, something like that. Two-factor, letting him know it's really you, basically, is what it is. And but basically, they get the other information, however they get it. And then it says they use a program called Telegram, which is a messaging service, like cloud-based instant messaging system. Telegram, I've never seen or used that one. Do Discord mainly, but they send you messages or calls to your phone and tell you that there's suspected hacking, suspected unauthorized access, and they need you to put in your one-time password or your code so that they can stop it. And so if they do that, then they can get access to your stuff. So you gotta always watch out. So just make sure. I mean, I don't think any of them will ask you to do that ever. No website you go to will send you a message asking for it unless you yourself are trying to log in. And so if what happens is if the hacker doesn't have that, if you don't provide that, then the hacker can't get in, and then the two-factor authentication is what it's called, two-factor authentication. And so then that means it's working. So basically, if you get a message like that, don't do that. Now, if you go try to log in and it asks you for it, if you log in, obviously make sure you're on that specific website or in that specific app, and it's not just from a message you've been sent. Make sure you are logging onto the actual thing. Then you can put in your, like you always do, you can put in your one-time password / authentication code. All right, but just wanted to say that because I had no idea about that until I just saw this article today. Clay says chat appears to be functioning as intended. Yeah, it just works better when people authentication, right? Thank you, Clay. Appreciate it. It came to me though. It came to me before I saw you type that. All right. Let's see what time. Go about 10 more minutes. Okay, this one at least says opinion. Congress is about to kill this popular retirement tax move. They don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody knows if it's going to get passed. There are so many things that are in committees that never, ever even come close to being laws. So let's see. Since I can actually read this because it only says I'm approaching my article limit. I don't know when that resets. Once a week or something, maybe. I don't know. So, but basically, it's the backdoor Roth. And again, Roth IRA conversion. So, might want to get on it. Okay, yeah, that means fund it for this year, and so you can. As I said previously, you can contribute for 2021 up until tax day 2022, whenever that is. It was postponed until July in 2020, till July, the middle of July. Can't remember the date. Normally it's April 15th. I don't remember the date in July that it was in 2020, but it was pushed to July from April, and then it was pushed to May from July for last year. So only 1 month delay. But yeah, IRS is incredibly behind on processing stuff that they process. So which are returns. Just looking to see if there's something interesting in here, but there you go. But that's just it again. But this is at least is saying opinion that they're about to do that. So they're trying. Let's see how many SID articles we can get to. Oh no, I can't read the USA Today one. Let's see. This says 63% of, I guess, city workers live paycheck to paycheck, probably, and 39% of rural workers live paycheck to paycheck. Interesting. I don't believe Dave has ever brought up that statistic, just the amount of everybody that does it, which is, I think, 78% of Americans. Alright, so that's a no-go. Sid will learn, either I'll drop the ad block or be able to read all these sometime, or Sid will have to go on and actually report her own articles, which would be fine with me. This is Yahoo Finance gives a little graphs. This is just today's activity here on these different indexes, and you can see like when the Nasdaq was positive, and then went negative in the middle of the day, then it went back up again, and then right at the end it went blue right back down. So you can see crude oil down today, gold up a little. All right, so 7 ways men live without working in America. Let's find this out. Almost 1/3 of, did I say Yahoo Finance? Yahoo Finance. Almost 1/3 of working age men in America aren't doing diddly squat. They don't have a job. They aren't looking for one either. 1/3 of all working age men. That's almost 30 million people. That is crazy. How do they live? What are they doing for money? To me, this is one of the great mysteries of our time. Me too. I'm certainly not the first person to make note of this shocking statistic. You've heard people bemoaning this labor participation rate, which is simply the number of working age men, usually counted as ages 16 to 64, who are working or seeking work as a percentage of the overall labor force. It's true that the pandemic, which of course produced a number of factors that made working more difficult, never mind dangerous, pushed the labor participation rate to a record low. But the fact that millions of American males have not been working precedes COVID-19 by decades. In fact, the participation rate, is that word? Rate for men peaked at 87.4% in October 1949, have been dropping steadily ever since. Now stands at 67.7%. If you missed it, there have never ever been more jobs available than there are right now. So it's not for lack of jobs. Let's see. Business journalist for a good portion. This I thought this person that wrote the article was 70 years old or so. Alright, let's give them the click. They get money somehow from me clicking that. How men can live in America without work. I'm not talking about why men have lost their jobs, factors closing, etc. Or perhaps even women entering the workforce. How dare they? In fact, the participation rate by women over the same time period is way up. What I wanted to get at is how they're living without holding a real job, and by that I mean doing work where one reports income to the IRS, pays taxes and Social Security, etc. Important to note that every man in this group has his own story. They range from mentally ill homeless men who desperately need our help, sure, to the I'm doing just fine, thank you very much, retired early and former Silicon Valley coder. Okay? And there are infinite scenarios in between those two extremes, including, for instance, the many men who are choosing to be stay-at-home dads while their spouses work. All right. Those are things that don't immediately jump to mind. So that's interesting, or at least not to me. It's also the case that some men in the group may be unemployed and not seeking work because they've given up looking just for now, perhaps waiting for the pandy to chill. And we'll start the search again soon. Here too, society needs to help. Still, none of this explains decade after decade of falling male employment. Alright, unemployment insurance. Yeah, conservatives and some liberals too have made the claim that state employment, coupled with the $600 a week from the CARES Act, which rolled out in March 2020, have reduced men's need to work. Actually, a variety of social programs at play, spelled out nicely here by think tank, the Century Foundation, which estimates that overall these programs have pumped $800 billion into the economy. We'll be getting a good read on whether all this relief did suppress employment now that CARES aid ended for some 7.5 million Americans early this month. But as Yahoo Finance's Denitsa Sekova reported at those two links, states that ended federal aid programs early didn't see big increasements in employment. That is true. Many stories said that. That may mean these payments weren't really enough to live off of, or not enough to live off by themselves, which speaks to men looking to a combination of sources like under-the-table income or family support, and possibly some savings. See below. Early retirement, pensions, disabilities, and lawsuits. Guess wherever you get money from. If you're getting enough money to live, I guess you don't have to work. So, and the early retirement people. And if they have savings, trading stocks and Bitcoin, right? If you're the day trader, if you're the David Moon, you're doubling it. You're doubling your money every however long he said. Then you don't have to do real work, I guess. I mean, I guess that's real. If it takes, depends on how long it takes you to find a good stock to get, I guess. Not recommended by Dave Ramsey or the Aftershow. Manage mutual funds for retirement, for saving for a purchase. S&P 500 index fund is the Ramsey advice, and I will parrot that here. Let's see. Average personal savings are up over 10%. Working for cash, also known as the under-the-table economy. All right. No W-2s involved there. Living off family members. Illegal work. Selling front and center here, selling illegal drugs. Okay. It's so much more things than I like immediately that come to mind. You just think of people being lazy, men being lazy and not wanting to work, and definitely the government money came into my mind, and some other things, but not all of these things. So very interesting. Living off the land. gardening, fishing, hunting, clamming, berrying, and just general foraging. The numbers here seem to be climbing. License sales increased 10% in California during the pandy, reversing years of decline. So yeah, so maybe they're doing that. Maybe they're living in a van down by the river as well. So with you know, their 19-year-old friend, and they just put the money that they get, they just put it together. That happened on not the last call, but the next to last call, I think. The last call was somebody called for a friend of his that had $400,000 worth of student loan debt and was making only $60,000 a year. All right, so that was interesting. The Queen of Sheba, Tina Scher, suggested that I put all the links to all the articles that I talk about in the show, that I put those in the description or in the comments or something like that. And I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. Like, if something happens where all I do is this channel, then definitely I would have time to do that, but otherwise not. Let's see what time it is. We've gone an hour. I think I'll save the last couple Sid articles until tomorrow. Let's wrap up the chat. Let's see. Upcoming streams is going to be, and I don't have Ohio fact of the day today. I gave 2 yesterday, so you're good for today. Upcoming streams would be at some point Bella's boyfriend and I playing Madden 25. He kicked my butt in the first game that we played. He was Dallas and I was Washington. They're ranked higher, and now they're going to be ranked even higher because my starting quarterback is on injured reserve for Washington. Bella and I are going to play Trine again, I think Friday night, I believe. Wizard of Waverly play stream. Maybe I'll do a reaction video to that, Tina Scher. I thought about doing some of those, but again, you got to edit in you can't like have it going live, so you got to edit in little clips of what you're reacting to, and that sounds like a crazy amount of work. So I don't think we'll do that. So yeah, I know she said we could test it Friday, but I think she might also be available to play that night as well. So like I said, I'm hoping that it will just automatically work, and it was just a bad Discord connection or something. I have no idea. I heard her fine, but why she wasn't coming through the stream, I do not know why. That's right, we all do know how I feel about editing. You are correct. Hey, maybe that could be your hobby. Learn how to edit videos. That could be a good hobby for you, Tina Scher. I mean, there's only going to be so many dances. Ramsey Show Aftershow every weeknight at 6 p.m. Even when there's a replay, like almost certainly there will. Well, I don't know. There might not be one Friday. They may have an actual live show. Not live. Delayed by 2 hours, but yeah. I should get a computer guy to look at it. Yeah, I should. I'm going to look at it myself when we test it. That's why we're going to test it. You know. Queen of Sheba, busting my chops. What other streams? I'm going to interact with my new friends on Reddit by I go on the tech support, which is like computer stuff and also phone stuff, but I generally skip those because I don't know that much about phones. I go on there and talk about what people's problems are and what they can do to fix them or troubleshoot them, and also the very same Ramsey subreddit that I posted the Baby Step song in today. And I now have, let's see, is it 7? Does it automatically update, or do I have more than 77 views on that bad boy now? Started the day with 30 views, and now I am up to 84%. And I also got, I think I had 3 likes on it, so I got 7 likes. How about that? So, where was I? Oh, that very same Ramsey, Dave Ramsey's subreddit. Again, that's not run by Ramsey Solutions. That is just fans of his, I believe. But they do have a space on there where you can be negative about Dave, if you so choose to be, and you can bitch about stuff. Like all the crypto guys went after Camel today, after his fine print regarding Bitcoin came out. I mean, crypto came out. I meant to, after I finished singing, I meant to go turn off the fan. I did not, so I apologize. You can probably hear the fan. You can probably tell the difference between when I have that server room fan on. I try to turn it off. Sometimes I forget, as was the case today. What other? Oh, I'm gonna play and I might do that tonight. Maybe I might start playing. Actually, I should work on a better version of the Baby Steps song video, since it's gaining traction now. So I can ride the wave. But at some point, and like I said, maybe tonight, I will be playing a game called Lost in Random. It's a new game, and I got it for free with my EA Play Pro subscription. So, but it's like another puzzle game, but it's single player, so I can't do that with Bella. So I will play that myself, and so I might start that tonight. I think that was all. Oh, board gaming with Steve and Glenn. When I could do it when he could do it this past weekend, I couldn't. So we just need to find the first time that he and I are both available, and then we'll do another board gaming with Steve and Glenn stream. And I do a lot of different ones. I still need to try the new Coke. I got it in the fridge here at work, and have not tried it yet, so I'm going to do a taste test on that and a reaction video to that, and I will probably record that live, and I don't have to put in any edit in any clips, so we'll see how that goes. So just doing a lot of fun stuff. It's great. I love having my own show. If you're new to this, I appreciate you watching, and I hope you found it enjoyable. If you did, please subscribe, like, hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when I do a new stream. Yeah, most of them I try to announce when we're going to do stuff, but sometimes it's last minute. Like, I don't know if I'm going to do the one tonight or not, but I don't have to get up early and work at Menards in the morning, so I might do that. Alrighty. I think that's about it. Yep. So here's where I say, let me check the chat one more time. Good night, Tina Share. The Queen of Sheba. Bless you. Good night, everyone else as well. And we end the show always by saying, make smart financial decisions every day. Thanks. If you're new, send me an email. Let me know. Let me know what you thought about it. Put stuff in the comments. I love to interact with people that watch my stuff. Anyway, maybe not in general, but through this medium, definitely do that. And email is fine as well. CoachDmoney@gmail.com if you have anything to say or any questions about scheduling financial coaching, or how it works, or anything about that or anything on my channel. All right, I am going to quit babbling and hit the end stream button. All right.